I'm just gonna mention this just once. I bought this 2001 Honda Civic Mark 7 EP2 from a guy in Rijeka, and I'm gonna mention his name because he's such an asshole. Because he stopped answering any questions that I had about the car. His name is Milan Sumonia or Shumonia, but basically he said that you can just pali ivozi, which means like start it up and drive, which of course anybody in the car world will know that everybody's who says that lies. So I had a lot of troubles, mostly with the ECU because nothing worked. And so I bought a new ECU, but the immobilizer doesn't work, if you can see in the previous video. The other thing that didn't work, that wouldn't pass inspections, is my fog light. And I thought it was a simple switch issue, and my intermittent wiper setting doesn't work also, which I thought was a switch issue. So I got a new switch, and basically, since this nut for the airbag is kind of worn out and I couldn't get it out, I decided to just plug in the the new switch just to see if it works. So lights turn on. However, there's no fog light. On the other hand, wipers turn on, but intermittent setting doesn't work. So there is nothing to do with the switch. And looking at the wiring diagram, funny enough, Honda decided to put everything through the ECU. So I need to like change the ECU, which I have, but then nobody has, and I the launch program or any other program to reprogram the key, which the key that I got from the guy is not does not have a chip. So the car actually runs with the immobilizer receiver not plugged in, and which means that ECU was hacked and the immobilizer was bypassed, which I have looked on many forums and many YouTube videos on how to do that, and nobody knows how. But there's one guy in Rijeka that does, and he did it. So like on the ECU, it's there's a marker. Somebody wrote in marker VUK Honda, VUK Honda. So like if anybody wants to Google that and try to bypass their ECU or immobilizer, go ahead, but it will cause a lot of problems. And plus the fact that they did not turn like the CAL light, check engine light, does not turn on. So basically, and neither do all the other warning lights like door open, or seat belt on. And the EPS, since this Honda ECU is like learning on its own, that never turned on before, but now it's on for some odd reason. And also like the handbrake light doesn't work because my handbrake's up, and obviously the seatbelt light doesn't work. So all these actually are grounded under the seat, my driver's side seat. So I checked those ground cables and they're fine. So if anybody has any idea, and I'm sorry this video is running long because my videos are usually 30 seconds long, I have no idea what to do. And yes, I bought all the spare parts from the UK, so that's why it's in miles per hour. And the guy sold it to me at 185 kilometers per hour per kilometers. But on the clock it's probably around 250. So somebody messed around with the old instrument cluster and rolled back the mileage, and yeah, it's just don't trust anybody selling a car unless you actually come to I don't know, to your seller with an ODB2 reader, which any ODB2 reader would not hook on to this ECU because I have one and it did not hook on. And if anybody knows how to fix any of these problems, please contact me because I have no idea what to do with the car and I need to get to work. And this car now the stalls when I drive. So I would drive it normally, and from 3,000 RPM, it just drops down to zero, and the car is stuck in the middle of the road. I have to reset the battery, reset the ECU, and basically it will hopefully start up again. Also, the rev limiter is stuck at 5,500, and it doesn't go up to like 6,000. So the engine cutoff is at 55. So I have no idea what the guy did to the old ECU. God bless y'all.